listening to the Planetary Broadcast Network, transmitting from sea to shining sea and low Earth orbit in high-fidelity monaural audio.
To Mr. and Mrs. America, and to all the ships at sea, welcome to the Planetary Broadcast Network Evening News, August 14th, 1953. I'm James Dixon, speaking to you from PBN headquarters in downtown Rocket City, Maine, York. Our top news story tonight is Friends or Foes? America's relationship with the newly formed republics. Is there any truth to the rumors that our military has attacked the same small countries Congress is currently funding? Who's on what side, and what are these sides anyway? Stay tuned for exclusive interviews with our correspondent, Tom Silver, who is still investigating in the Indian Ocean, and Lieutenant Angela Schwartz, representing the United States Navy. But first, our newest sponsor would like to know, do you have a hard time meeting new people? Are you tongue-tied when talking to a pretty gal? Is crippling self-doubt holding you back in your social life and at work? What you need is self-confidence, bub. At Hypnodynamics, we can teach you how to overcome your deep-seated neuroses and be the man you want to be. The secret is our patented HypnoCoin. Hang it from a cord or chain and watch as light shimmers off its faceted polymylar surface. Focusing on the flickering reflections causes a delta wave state in the brain and makes you a clean slate for suggestions. Give yourself confidence. Make yourself more dominant. Any suggestion can be easily stored in your prefrontal cortex for future use. When I snap my fingers, you will contact Hypnodynamics today for a consultation. When I snap my fingers, you will contact Hypnodynamics. More bad news for Edison Auto today, as the Maine York State Patrol reports yet another fatal accident involving the company's flagship flying model car, the Jetstonic Aerostar 2000. While flying over rush hour traffic this morning, the vehicle left the prescribed flight path and struck a transmission pole near a downtown shopping area. When state troopers arrived, the car's autopilot, a standard Lindbergh 2.0, had exited the wreckage. It was reported by citizens a few minutes later, malfunctioning in a nearby auto and robot parts store. Eyewitnesses say that the robot was staggering about the store, forcefully ejecting fluids from its filler cap. When authorities arrived, the autopilot was displaying a garbled video recording of a recent speech on the robot personhood movement. Troopers were able to permanently deactivate the unit with tasers without further incident. A spokesman from Edison Auto issued a press release this afternoon saying that the company is cooperating fully with investigators. American Robotics, the company that supplies Edison with the Lindbergh model autopilots, could not be reached for comment. It's time to hear from Hot Cell Hair Pieces. Ladies, at Hot Cell, we know you always want your hair to look its best. But sometimes the weatherman has other plans. The best salon do in the world can't stand up to today's fallout and acid rain. Don't risk your beautiful locks out in the elements. Let a wig from Hot Cell take the heat for you. Our stylish wigs resist acid rain, fallout, and most forms of ionizing radiation. And they are DOT rated for use as helmets for both ground and air transit. Is it true that blondes have more fun? Find out without ever setting foot in a salon. This month, our entire line of blonde summer styles is 20% off, and your first 3 decontamination services are free. Look for Hot Cell Hair Pieces wherever fine radiation gear is sold. In breaking news, a National Oceanographic Society spokesman has commented on the mysterious false bottom reported by sonar operators on research vessels in the Indian Ocean last month. A multidisciplinary task force has been studying the phenomenon and concluded that it is actually a huge gathering of octopuses? I really thought the plural was octopi. Bill, can you look that up, please? The sea creatures are linking their tentacles to create a living net, preventing divers or submersibles from accessing the seafloor below. Last year, researchers from Duke University discovered evidence of a vast network of tunnels that appear to be volcanic in nature just beneath the seabed in this area. But when they returned this summer with equipment to map and explore the caverns, they found this living obstruction. Biologists estimate that the mass may contain as many as 10,000 individual creatures, but they seem to be acting with one purpose. The lead researcher, Dr. Ken Cuddle, says this is the first time that hive-like behavior has been observed in cephalopods. Although more study is required, Cuddle thinks this may be a very important and sudden evolutionary step for all octopodes. And that, according to our intern Bill, is the Greek plural for octopus. Bill is a recent Harvard grad, folks. Can you tell?
Calling all Fission Rangers, calling all Fission Rangers. The following is an important message from Fission Ranger HQ. Kids, Captain Carcinogen can strike at any time, so Fission Rangers must always be prepared. A great way to face down the foes of safe, inexpensive nuclear power is to start your day with a good breakfast featuring Omega O's. Made with irradiated wheat grown right here in the U.S., Omega O's are loaded with all the vitamins, minerals, and heavy elements you need to grow up big and strong, except no substitutes. Ask Mom to bring home the only cereal endorsed by Fission Girl and make Omega O's a daily part of your Fission Ranger training. This is Fission Ranger HQ signing off. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
With 2 more weeks remaining in the regular season, the U.S. national cricket team today clinched the pennant in the Americas division. Although the other divisions are not decided yet, patriotic fans here in the U.S. of A. are looking forward to seeing the Stars and Stripes on the historic cricket grounds at Balls Cross, West Sussex. American Cricket League President Joe Lefty Bowler congratulated the team following their victory last night over perennial rival Canada. The Beavers got out to an early lead, but the Capitalists demonstrated the kind of persistence that has kept them in the running all season, and rallied to an 8-wicket victory in the end. Sir Reginald Embley Greaves III, chairman of the World Cricket Council, also recognized the U.S. team's achievement, sending a congratulatory telegram to the team's locker room, along with a case of Propa tea. Here's a special message from Edison Auto. The United States has the greatest interstate roadway system in the world, and Edison Auto is proud to make the cars and trucks that carry Mr. and Mrs. America to every corner of this great nation. From our nimble 2-seater, the Blaze, to the Campaign SLX, our full-sized family touring jitney, to our traffic-beating flagship, the Jetstar Aerosonic 2000. Each of our vehicles is equipped with cutting-edge technology to make your adventures on and above the road both safe and exhilarating. Driver and Pilot magazine has given Edison Auto's vehicles the highest safety rating, 4 parachutes, for the last 6 years running. Doesn't your family deserve the safety and comfort of an Edison? In health and fitness news, exercise experts are singing the praises of Spacercise, the new low-G slimming routine that's sweeping the nation. The routine is based on a regimen the Russian Space Agency developed to keep their crews healthy during long stays in orbit. The details of their extensive research on fitness in space were brought to the U.S. by former Miss USSR and Soviet cosmonaut Svetlana Kuznetsova when she defected to the West last year. Orbital weight loss centers are now in low geosynchronous orbits over many U.S. cities. After catching a lift into space via rocket, the astro-athletes work off their excess pounds by performing a special gymnastic routine inside the padded domes of the orbiting space station. Proponents of the program say that it slims and tones the body without making the muscles too bulky, perfect for ladies who want to keep their girlish figures. And if Miss Kuznetsova's figure is an indication of average results, I'm going to get my wife signed up immediately. Speaking of wives, here's a message from one of our sponsors. When your Alice 1100 finishes doing the windows, are they really sparkling clean? Do the dingy streaks and spots on your floors mean it's time for your old Hazel Mark I to go to the scrap heap? Maybe, or maybe the old girl just needs some help. Replace your regular cleaning fluid with Mother McGillicuddy's deionizing solution and watch the dirt and grime disappear. Made from a family recipe, Mother McGillicuddy's helps older bots deal with today's tougher stains. Before you spend your hard-earned cash on another cleaning bot, try Mother McGillicuddy's deionizing solution. It's like an upgrade in a bottle. And now the weather. The United States Weather Bureau at Glen Air Spaceport in Maine, York, reports a current temperature of 78 degrees with a 10-mile-per-hour westerly wind. A lightning swarm watch is in effect for northern Bismuth County, including Beach City, until 9 p.m. The low today was 54 degrees, and for tomorrow we can expect a high of 79 degrees. The 3-day forecast calls for more temperatures in the high 70s with pleasant conditions and minimal fallout. Chief Meteorologist Chip Moses would like to take this opportunity to remind our listeners that it is green hail season again. So it's time to make sure you have a good supply of lye, quicklime, or other strong base on hand to neutralize the acid released as the hailstones melt. Baking soda was your grandmother's solution, but this is not your grandmother's hail, so be prepared. Despite the danger, if properly handled, green hail can be a great way to teach your kids about chemistry. Just make sure everyone is wearing acid-resistant rain gear. Don't forget your goggles, and let the kids have fun turning the greenies into harmless, salty snow. Now, a word from our sponsor. Everyone knows that astronauts are given the best training that science can devise. Sure, you'd like to lose a few pounds and have the lean, strong body of an astronaut, but not everyone can pass the psychological evaluations to join NASA. And now you don't have to. You can float away those extra inches at Float Away, Rocket City's first orbital fitness club. Conveniently located in a low orbit directly over Rocket City, Float Away offers a full line of zero-G and low-G exercise programs for the whole family. Drop the kids off at our day camp for some low-G kickball, while mother enjoys a weightless yoga class. Now it'll be easy to stand on your head. Dad will love our low-G boxing gym, equipped with a fleet of Rocky Fives, American Robotics' newest personal combat training bot. Rocky will put you through a full workout with punching mitts and speed bag, then finish up with a few rounds of sparring. It's okay if you knock him out. He'll come right back online, ready for more. Everyone will have a free-falling good time. Contact Glen Tours for launch windows and seat availability. It's time for our top story tonight, Friends or Foes, America's Real Relationships with Newly Formed Republics. Several weeks ago, the Maine York Times reported that new amendments to a recent Senate bill had shuffled almost $1 million to several minor republics in various world oceans. Yet the leader of one of these novice nations claims that he was deliberately attacked by the United States Navy for the ostensible purpose of stealing his so-called airship. So which is it? Does America financially support these countries, or are we adopting a more hostile approach? And what does this sudden policy reversal suggest about the political-military split in this country? Reporting from the Indian Ocean is our top foreign correspondent, Tom Silver, who has been investigating in-depth the political climate producing these bizarre miniature states. Tom, it's great to talk with you again.
It's great to talk with you too, James.
How have you been, Tom? It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been great, James. Everything here is great. I'm having the time of my life.
Well, that's good to know. Now, Tom, what's the story over there in the Indian Ocean? The Republic of...
The United Democratic Republic of Crustacean Rock.
Right. Tom, the folks back home consider this country a bought and paid-for ally of the USA. But there's some confusion right now as to what exactly that means. Did you find out, has your island ever been subjected to a U.S. naval attack?
Well, James, that's simply not the case. Everyone's very friendly here, and wishes the U.S. the best of everything. Well, there's not a hostile bone in anyone's body. Not a one.
Right, Tom, but I was referring to the possibility of an American attack. An attack committed by the U.S. Navy.
Oh, is that what you're worried about? Well, we're well prepared for any eventuality. Not that anyone wants any trouble, of course, but there's a fine fleet of ships here in...
Tom, hold up. I just want you to go back a minute and,
Yes, James?
We are prepared? You said we, Tom. You're not consulting for or working with this government in any way, are you? That would be a real violation of ethics.
Oh, no, not at all, James. There's no conflict of interest here. As I was saying, though, we've got a fine fleet and some of the best airships in the world, so...
Excuse me, Tom. Sorry to interrupt again, but did you say airships?
Yes, airships.
Don't you mean planes?
No, James. Planes are small and have wings. These are airships. Up to 10 times as big as a plane and cigar shaped. What's that? Okay. Okay. Sorry, James. I've got to go. Lots to do.
Tom, you can't go. We're doing an interview. Tom, don't hang up. Tom, you work for PBN, for God's sake. Every month they send you a paycheck. You can't just... Right. Well, airships, I suppose. Let's move on to our next interview. I've just been told that we've got Lieutenant Angela Schwartz on the line, ready to share the Navy's perspective on these recent accusations. Lieutenant, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. What questions can I answer for you?
Last week, we heard from Captain Henry Penn of Possum Island, who accused the U.S. Navy of committing an unprovoked attack that destroyed his airship, which is something that apparently actually exists. He also said the Navy had possibly retrieved it for future...
I have to say that's completely inaccurate.
Oh?
Yes. First, the U.S. Navy has never commenced hostilities against the Independent Republic of Free Capitalist Possum Island. This is a matter of public record.
I'm glad we've gotten that cleared up.
Second, there are no such things as these so-called airships. They're the delusional products of diseased and, frankly, dangerous minds.
I agree they sound far-fetched, but we're beginning to hear accounts of their existence from multiple sources around the globe. Is it possible that this is a new technology?
No, airships don't exist.
You're saying there's not even the possibility that...
They do not exist.
Is that your opinion or the official position of the...
Official position and my opinion. They don't exist.
Okay. Airships don't exist.
Good. That's right.
And the alleged attack?
Yes. What about it?
My apologies. I assumed I wouldn't be allowed to finish the sentence. The alleged attack also did not take place officially.
There was no authorized attack upon Captain Henry Penn or his nation, if it can be called that.
Authorized, eh?
Excuse me?
No authorized attack?
Good. That's right.
What about an unauthorized one?
That would be unthinkable.
I appear to be thinking it. Lieutenant Schwartz, you must admit that your word choice is provocative.
I will admit nothing of the sort.
What sort of vessel would commit an unauthorized attack?
None. There are no rogue ships or operators in the U.S. Navy. All vessels and their crews are accounted for.
I didn't say anything about a rogue ship. Merely what sort of vessel would be most likely to carry out such a hypothetical attack.
Well, that's good. Right, because there aren't any.
Funny, though, how your mind jumped to that conclusion immediately, almost as if you prepared a statement in advance. Isn't it interesting how the subconscious works, these little slips we all experience from time to time? Thank you for joining us, Lieutenant Schwartz, and good luck. You're going to need it. You've been listening to the PBN Evening News for August 14th, 1953. This is James Dixon wishing you a brighter tomorrow.
Stay tuned for episode 7K of Fission Girl. When we last left our intrepid heroine, Fission Girl had been captured in a cunning trap on Jupiter's moon by none other than the notorious extraterrestrial, the Gray Admiral. Her oxygen is running out. Who can save Fission Girl from the cold, airless depths of space? Her old pal, Flash Nebraska, the sheriff on Saturn, is Fission Girl's only hope. You can help Fission Girl signal him by using your decoder ring. Fission Rangers, set your rings and prepare to decipher this top-secret communication from Fission Girl herself. 77. 73, 83, 83, 73, 79, 78, 58, 82, 76, 49, 50. But can Fission Girl contact Flash, Nebraska before her oxygen's all gone? Find out in episode 7K, The Gray Zone, right after this message from our sponsor, the Stellar Scope, a science toy for ages 9 to 109. This edition of the Planetary Broadcast Network was written by Rebecca and Linus Callahan and voiced by Christopher Cundy and Michael Harris on Fiverr.com. The theme music was written by Henry Phillips. The Planetary Broadcast Network is produced by Lost Island Entertainment and is on the web at planetarybroadcastnetwork.com. We thank you for listening.